Hi everyone. This week we watched a bunch of movies at home.
Either on pay-per-view or streaming services. So stick around and see what we thought on our Charm Midlife. Hello everyone.
Hi everybody.
Welcome to our Charm Midlife. I'm Danny.
And I'm John.
And this is our review podcast. So again, in case anyone skipped last week, we are splitting up. How dare you?
Boy, did you miss it.
This is still really low. So last week we decided that we were going to split up our videos into our movie and TV review video and then our kind of weekly vlog stuff. So this is our review video. We watched a bunch of movies at home, like our intro said, and so that's really all we're gonna have. Oh, and then we're still gonna do the Actors Studio at the end.
Yeah.
This week we are going to evaluate the projects of Matt Damon.
Ooh.
Yes, Matt Damon. So let's get started.
Okay.
What are we watching?
What are we watching?
We watched a lot.
What did I watch? Yeah, okay. We'll figure it out.
So we've actually watched more than what we're going to talk about today, but we're kind of pacing ourselves, and we don't want these videos to be as long as they usually are.
All part of our effort to give you smaller doses of us.
Yes, exactly. We can't take it much.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So the first movie we're going to discuss is The Instigators. The Instigators is on Apple TV Plus. It stars Matt Damon and Casey Affleck. Also Hong Chow and Michael Stuhlbarg and Alfred Molina was in there. Jack Harlow was in there. So here's the write-up. It is an R-rated movie, but if you have Apple TV Plus, this is something you can watch at home.
Yep.
So the write-up follows two robbers who must go on the run with the help of one of their therapists after a theft doesn't go as planned. That is the movie.
Boy, ain't that the truth.
Okay, we'll start with ratings. What did you rate it?
I gave it a 6.
Wow.
Yep.
I gave it a 7.
Yep.
So you gave it a 7?
I gave it a 6. You gave it you got us confused.
I know, I'm sorry. I gave it a 7. Go ahead. Why a 6?
Well, okay. It had potential. I liked the idea of it. It just was a little too disjointed for me and too many little areas of defying reality a little too much. That's the best way I can sum it up.
Well, it's a movie.
Yes.
But so here's what I kind of wrote. I wrote funny dialogue. I thought the dialogue was really funny. I laughed a lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot of just dry humor, a lot of just so the description isn't, follows two robbers. First off, these are bumbling.
They're not robbers.
They're not robbers.
They're two
They're
guys
not professionals.
Who tried a robbery.
Yeah. And they bungled everything and continue to.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes through this whole journey. It feels a little bit like, I don't want this to come off mean, but it feels like a first time filmmaker, which this was not. Doug Liman produced or directed this, who did Born Identity.
Yeah.
The stuff. And the action scenes were very actiony.
Yeah, look, the action was great.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the movie.
But it felt like a first-time filmmaker and writer was like, I'm going to make my own version of a Tarantino movie. You know how Tarantino kind of goes through this arc of stuff happening, going wrong, and then everyone just gets out of it, and it just kind of is done. The whole story is done.
Yeah, you're right.
It felt like that the whole time, but just not as good.
Yeah, it felt like a Tarantino. If Tarantino made his first movie fresh out of high school,
Yeah, and it wasn't as bloody
Yeah.
and all that, but the kind
yeah,
of
that's
way
good.
of telling the story,
Yeah.
that's what I was getting
That's
out
so
of it.
good.
And much more funny. I mean, I did find it funny.
It had.
What else did I say? Clever how to get out of it all. I did, yeah. Feels like we've seen it. That's where I do feel like we've seen it and we've seen it done better.
As Hugh Grant would say, "Ooh, would we call it funny?"
Oh,
I mean, it had funny bits to it, but I wouldn't call the movie funny.
I also, so of course, love seeing Matt Damon and Casey Affleck together, but
Affleck's brother.
there's a much better, oh, did I say?
You said Casey Affleck.
Okay.
I was referring to.
There's a much better movie with the two of them that I'm sure most people have not seen. It's called Jerry. And I think Gus Van Sant directed it. And it's the two of them that get lost in the desert. That's the movie. And they are trying to find their car. And it's great. And it's wonderful. And it's really kind of, it's just good. And both of them are really good in it. I don't know how old that is. Maybe
Let me get this straight.
10, 15 years.
Two guys in the desert are looking for a car.
They drove to the desert. They were going to go hiking. They do. And they get lost. And so they can't find their car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's kind of like, you know, it's along the lines of like the 127 hours and that sort of stuff. Like, holy crap, how are you gonna survive?
So not a comedy.
It's a survival movie.
Okay.
And they're both really good in it. Okay. So if you want to watch Matt Damon and Casey Affleck together, first off, Good Will Hunting, much better. But Jerry's much better. And I don't know. Again, I scale these things on. Am I gonna watch again? I won't. I won't seek out to watch this again.
Yeah.
But it wasn't horrible.
I guess it wasn't horrible. I didn't. I mean, a 6 is probably. I was going to give it a 5.
Oh, really?
I gave it a 6 because of Matt Damon, and Matt Damon was so underutilized in this movie. He was so. I don't know. It just.
I didn't feel that.
Yeah, I did.
I also thought that everyone else was so good, like Michael Stuhlbarg, and you know, it was just kind of a. I don't know even how to. Again, it's not what you think it is when you watch the trailer. So just be ready for that. Either take our word for it, or, you know.
And it had Alfred Molina in it.
Yeah.
I was so looking forward to seeing him in a movie again.
Yeah.
He's barely in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Wasted.
I don't know. The Instigators. It's gonna, you know, I think it's a personal thing. I don't give it. I mean, I gave it a 7, so it's not horrible to me. I just felt like we've seen it before.
Yeah.
And we've seen it before better.
Yeah. Was it? Did it go to theaters, or is it straight to
I
video?
think it was for a week. I think Apple is doing this thing like with Wolves. When Wolves comes out, it's in theaters for a week, and then it's on Apple TV.
See, now I'm worried about that movie.
Wolves?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Well,
Who cares?
I guess.
Watch it on mute.
Yeah, well, okay. All right. Remember that.
Yeah, well,
Bring that up later.
I know. I'm sorry.
Nope, it's fine.
Okay. Next movie. Moving on, unless you had something else.
No, I'm done with it.
Next movie we're going to watch is called Jackpot! Exclamation point. And this movie is on Prime Video.
Ooh.
It's R-rated as well. Here's the it stars Awkwafina, John Cena, Simu Liu, who else? And Paul Feig directed this. So here's the write-up. In the near future, a grand lottery has been newly established in California. The catch? Kill the winner before sundown to legally claim their multi-billion-dollar jackpot. So I think it was a comedy.
Oh, it was a comedy. it was a farce, actually.
What did you rate this?
I gave it a 6 as well.
Okay, I gave this a 5.
Yeah, I get that.
Here's the thing. It had the feel of The Purge. Because this is set in 2030, and everything's kind of digital. And so whoever wins the lottery is sent out to everyone in California, their picture. And every 14 minutes, they're also sent out their location so that everyone in California can just go kill this person. They can't shoot them with a gun, but they can have like this drill gun thing that the lottery sells.
Well, you can do anything else to them except shoot them.
So it's very weird. So it has that feel of The Purge because obviously this person's running for their life to win $1 billion in a certain amount of time. But this was Paul Feig, and he's trying to make a comedy, and I don't know how to even finish
there's
that.
There's no way to finish that. That's what it was. I mean,
so what were your thoughts for a 6?
Ooh, well, so I didn't know what to expect. From the trailer, it was really hard for me to tell exactly what the storyline was.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to expect. It was not what I expected. I'll give it that.
Okay.
It went back and forth between unbelievable. Now the whole thing is the whole thing is unbelievable, but some of the situations she got herself out of were just a little much, even for the ridiculous movie that this was. For me, the highlight was easily John Cena. Yeah, his character I thought was the bright spot of the movie.
So of course, capitalism would take over in any situation, and in a situation like this, people have made companies or whatever. So John Cena has decided that he will protect the lottery winner until sundown for a fee. Simu Liu has also done the same with another company. And so that's the character. Awkwafina obviously wins the lottery. John Cena comes in to try and protect her until sundown.
Yep.
My main gripe with this was that I felt Awkwafina was wrong for the role. And I really like her. I like her in a lot of the serious things she's done. And I like her in a lot of the comedy she's done. And for some reason, I didn't like her. And not that I didn't like her in this. It was like every time she made a joke, I was like, that was weird. And then every time she was trying to be serious, I was like, that was weird. It was just, I don't think it was her performance. I think it was just her in this and the stuff that she was going to have to pull off. I didn't really buy. It was strange to me.
So is there anybody else that you could have seen do this better?
No, I didn't think about that.
Okay.
But
interesting.
But I for some reason she pulled me out of the story a lot.
Okay.
It was way too long. It was only an hour and 46 minutes, but it was 46 minutes too long.
This could have been an hour 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the most.
The end credits, I felt like were the best part. Paul Feig always kind of puts in like his line runs where he just has actors kind of do lines over and over again.
Yep.
Those were the funniest parts.
Oh, definitely.
And I really love his movies. Of course, the female Ghostbusters, one of my favorites. Even to where like a simple plan. No, not a simple plan. The one with
A Simple Wish.
No, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I've always really liked his movies, and for some reason, this one for me, and even John Cena, I'm getting a little sick of John Cena, especially in all these comedies. I just felt like it didn't. I think Machine Gun Kelly was part of the funniest stuff too, like which I don't even like him, and he cracked me up. So I don't know. It was all over the place, and I'm really not sure what happened, but I just man, and I think I even slept through part of it.
You did.
And I still just, so.
I think that's plenty.
Really?
Oh, yeah, there's nothing more to be said.
It's Jackpot. It's on Prime. If you really like these people,
if
I don't know. I can't even say.
Be on a couch for any extended period of time.
Like if you're sick and you need stuff to watch.
And you're out of everything else, I give it a meh. But otherwise, I wouldn't waste my time.
Yeah, I gave it a 5. I'll never watch it again.
Yeah.
It's too bad because I think it had. I'm a huge fan of the Purge movies. So
it's like the Instigators. It had potential, but it just did not.
Something fell flat.
It didn't hit.
Okay, the next couple movies I'm going to talk about only I watched. So Oh no,
No,
power
that's
up, power up.
Oh, there I am.
The first one is called
Toot, toot, toot.
Oh no. He's Godzilla.
Godzilla. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
The first one is called The Girl in the Pool. I'm sure no one's heard of this. I was going through the pay-per-view movies and I saw it and I watched the trailer and it looked like it was definitely my kind of movie. So I was like, okay. It has Freddie Prinze Jr.
Is this the girl that grows up to be the lady in the lake?
No. But nice try.
Okay. Freddie Prinze Jr.
Freddie Prinze Jr. and Monica Potter. Kevin Pollak was also in it.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh, cool. Freddie Prinze Jr. is doing something. Like, I'll totally watch him. And it looked like this whole kind of mystery thing. So here's the write-up. A well-to-do family man is forced to struggle through a surprise birthday party moments after hiding the murdered corpse of his mistress. So I was kind of like, cool. Like, there's this murder and he's covering it up and he's got to deal with now this house full of people and stuff. Like, he literally like takes his mistress's body and puts it in the trash can on the side of his house. Like, and now all these people are in his house and stuff. So I was like, that's going to be cool.
Awkward.
I will say I did fall asleep again.
When we move on.
Something I just watched. I don't know.
I don't believe it.
And it didn't matter because I woke up. It was only maybe a 10 or 15 minute slot. And I woke up and I was like, seriously, we're still doing this?
You woke up and realized you hadn't missed enough?
So, yeah, exactly. This is only an hour and 29 minutes, and it was too long. This could have been a 44-minute, Law and Order episode or something, because it was him, literally it was him just freaking out in this party and just constantly freaking out. And someone was near the trash can and, oh, God, get away from. But also someone had killed this girl and he needed to figure out who it was. And so that was kind of the twist. You're just waiting for this to show up of, well, who actually killed her? And when we get to that point, it was so disappointing that I was like, okay.
Oh.
So the ending, not good. It was trying way too hard to be intense. Freddie Prinze Jr. needed to chill a little bit. And the twist wasn't good enough overall. So I gave it a 4.
Oof.
I paid money to watch it that I won't get back.
Oh, no. Oh, that's just.
So it is on pay-per-view. Yeah. Good luck.
Hey, can I say something to Hollywood? Can you like focus on?
Is this thing on?
Is this thing on? Hollywood.
If you look them in the eye.
Hollywood. Seriously. Long movies just for the sake of making a movie long is pointless and annoying to the audience. If it's a good movie, I can handle 2 hours. If it's not a good movie, cut it at 1:15 and I'll be happier.
I think everyone's aware of that. And first off, no movie is an hour and 15 minutes long. That doesn't happen. So I think everyone's aware that they don't want to make a movie too long, obviously.
No, that's not obvious.
It is obvious.
How long was The Instigators?
Hold, please.
Yeah. I mean, seriously.
The Instigators was an hour and 41 minutes.
Yes, it did not need to be that long.
All you could cut is maybe 10 minutes. You can't cut more than
That's 10
You
minutes.
can't have less than a
Do something
90-minute
else
movie.
with. Seriously.
It doesn't.
Hey, are you talking Hollywood right now?
How do we know this isn't some sort of holographic motion picture capture Hollywood wizardry?
No.
I'm talking to you. They know. They understand.
I don't think they do. There are a lot of movies out there that are longer than they need to be just because Hollywood thinks you're spending $85 at the movies nowadays or whatever it is. And they're trying to give you value.
That's
not the value.
The filmmaker is trying to tell their story, and it's very difficult for many, many filmmakers to cut things down to have the story come across.
It's gonna be about an hour and a half. I hate long movies.
It's just very difficult.
Okay.
So you try it.
I'd love to.
We can barely record a 10-minute video. We keep going to an hour. Look at us.
Look at me. I'm looking at the camera. Ooh.
Woo. Woohoo.
It's big summer blowout.
All right. That was a 4. Girl in the pool. Forget it. Who cares? Next one. The Union. This movie just came out on Netflix this weekend with Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry. Rated PG-13. Oh, J.K. Simmons was in it too. He was really good.
2 out of 3 in bed.
And Mike Coulter, who I love. So
Who's Mike Goldberg?
he was from the Jessica Jones Marvel show.
Nope. Move on.
The write-up here, Mike, a down-to-earth construction worker, is thrust into the world of super spies and secret agents when his high school sweetheart, Roxanne, recruits him on a high-stakes U.S. intelligence mission. Because, they're looking for construction workers.
Well, that happens all the time.
Yeah. So the point of this is the Union is the secret spy organization that works with the CIA and England and MI6 and all that. Kinda.
Yeah.
But
Seen it.
it's not professional people, it's construction workers and people who don't have educations and stuff like that, because they believe that those people get things done more than someone else. So
Clearly has a
they have
chance
to
for success.
They have to establish that in the beginning, that's what makes up the Union, so that way you can believe that they'll pull in Mike, who's the construction worker. Which I'm not saying anything bad about people who have,
No.
sure at all. It's just in this context, it was pretty funny because at the forefront, J.K. Simmons is describing all this, and I'm like, why is he telling us all this? And then I'm like, oh, that's
Okay.
so. So again, I'm giving this a 3. I had to watch this, I think, in 5 different viewings because I kept falling asleep. I
think you've got a problem.
I've been taking Zyrtec the last few days, and it just knocks me out. So,
I have allergies. Sure.
Hey,
but I wanted to, so I kept reversing and going back to where I fell asleep because I wanted to watch this movie. I thought it was going to be good. I like Mark Wahlberg movies. I love Halle Berry. Love J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
Thought this was going to be good, and it was not. And it's not just the premise that's ridiculous, which it is. They didn't insert enough jokes. I think I like my action movies to be fun. You know what I mean? Like to have those kind of levity moments and those kind of fun things. There wasn't any of that. There was way too much action. The action scenes were 20 minutes long. The last scene of the movie was an action scene that lasted 25 minutes. To get to the end, I'm like, oh, now we're chasing cars. Now we're doing this. Can we get to the end, please? It was just way too much of that without enough anything in between.
How long was the movie?
An hour, 47 minutes.
Could it have been shorter?
It could have, because it shouldn't have existed.
Well, okay.
So it's not about making it shorter. You either make it better
This is my new hill I'm going to die on.
Yeah, I can tell. This is going to be fun.
Okay.
No, I now every time we watch a movie, the first thing is, well, how long is it?
No, I'm just going to say that at the end of the bad ones. Because the good ones, I don't care how long they are.
I don't know that I believe that either. But anyway,
Okay.
I was looking forward to this coming out. Everyone has Netflix. It's probably #1 movie if I go and look. I would love to hear from other people if you watched it. Am I just being judgmental? Was I just in a bad mood? Was it because I kept falling asleep? I don't know. But I even the twist of who the bad guy ended up being, it just all it didn't work for me.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. And even Halle Berry felt a little like she was tired and didn't really want to be there. I don't know. But I don't know. It was weird. I don't know.
Okay.
So I gave it a 3,
Okay.
but I would love to hear from other people that have watched it and what your thoughts were, because I don't know. I just think I might be a little judgmental here. We went 7, then I did a 6, then I did a 5, then I did a 3.
If I was you, I'd stop watching movies. They're going downhill.
We just came off of Deadpool Wolverine a couple weeks ago that was like the best movie ever.
Well, yeah. And since then,
And since then, anyway.
there's a moral there somewhere, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's trying to make a point.
Not really.
You'll ignore it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it for movies that we're
Oh.
going to talk about this week.
All right.
Yeah, so we are going to move on to the Actors Corner.
Okay.
And this week we are talking about Matt Damon. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
I was going to sing that song.
Which one?
Sarah Silverman's,
Oh, yeah.
but I'm not going to use that language. Okay.
Too salty for this show.
All right. So let's start out with the movie you love.
The Bourne Identity.
Really?
Yeah.
So just the first one?
The first one certainly more than the others. The Bourne, the second one, the
Supremacy? I honestly don't know that.
was almost as good, which is surprising. But the Bourne Identity,
Yeah.
to me, established Matt Damon as
Yeah, an action movie.
as an action star.
Yeah.
You're acting like I'm trying to burn you here. I'm just trying to do the right thing.
Nobody does the right thing.
Yeah.
Right. As the actor that he is. I mean, he did good stuff before that, but it was a serious role and action guy. This was the best. The best. Of him, I think.
I agree. And I think, again, like we kind of talk about sometimes is, what will their legacy be? He is. I mean, they tried to bring someone else in and Jeremy Renner. But,
His-
he will, I think, forever be Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
I think, obviously, in years to come, someone else is going to do something with it. But that is him. For
yeah,
sure.
Good luck to them if they try.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great. Watching that movie the first time,
Yes.
you can't, I still remember just being so hyped
It was
up.
so different, and that was Doug Liman.
Yes.
And which, just further boggles the mind. But that, I did not know where that movie was going
Yeah.
until, it was over and I still wasn't sure. Yeah. It was so good.
Yeah.
So original.
So good.
Yeah.
So the movie I love, The Martian.
Yeah.
I'm sure people can't stand it because it's on every day, but when I see it on, I stop and I watch it. And he is the movie. It's like Castaway. He is the movie, and I laugh, and I think it's brilliant in the science that it does, and
In the face of overwhelming odds, I'm left with only one option. I'm gonna have to science the shit out of this.
I love it. I
Yep.
love it so much.
Yeah. And it's a good cast around him. The
Yes.
people on Earth, the Jeff Daniels and the
Yeah.
Kristen Wiggs. And okay. The movie I like is The Martian,
Okay.
despite not knowing who that poor guy is.
Yeah. The movie I like is Ocean's 11. I put 11, 12, and 13
Yeah.
because they're all equally wonderful.
Can't be done.
We don't have the manpower.
Time or a way.
We get caught.
Yeah.
And I just, we just love those movies.
Look, this was another one. This was even harder for me than Will Ferrell because I actually like Matt Damon. So it was harder for me. There's a bunch of movies that I had to, I struggle between Love and, picking the Bourne Identity for Love with another movie. And then was like 6 of them. I just flipped a coin basically at the end.
Well,
6 times.
I didn't have as hard a time with this. So, but I was able to get Ocean's 11 on there.
You do your best to get me to look at the camera.
I do.
It's a
Okay, so we're not calling it something we hate. We're calling it something we will not watch again.
or the first time. I haven't seen this, and I haven't.
Can't talk about something you haven't seen. We said that.
We did.
Roll the tape. No. Yeah, we said it wasn't. You have to have seen something to say that you don't like it, because that's not fair. You can't judge something you haven't seen.
Okay.
Don't
Well, I
judge a
haven't
book by
seen
its cover.
anything of his that I don't like.
Okay.
Stuck on You, I probably won't watch again because I haven't.
Oh, so good. What were you gonna say? Just out of curiosity.
Suburbicon.
Wasn't that the George Clooney one?
No idea.
Yeah, I watched it. So I have in here Promised Land. I talked about it with John Krasinski. It was the same with John Krasinski. I had it in this category. I just didn't enjoy the movie. So nothing like it was horrible or anything. It was kind of boring to me. So
We
don't watch it again. Okay.
Then I can use that. Promised Land. I won't watch it again.
And how about What You Secretly Love?
We bought a zoo.
That's what I put.
What?
You just finally saw it a few months ago.
Oh, I don't think that's true.
Yes,
It probably
it
is
is.
true. Yeah. No.
Yes.
All right.
It was on our list, and I finally made you sit and watch
I
it.
feel like I'd seen it before. Okay.
You
I'm not going to fight with you about it.
Yeah,
'cause
don't fight with
You know
me.
more than I know.
Silence.
Yeah. We bought a
We
zoo.
bought a zoo. It's fantastic.
It really is.
I mean, I love that movie so much. It's
Yeah.
just one of those feel good crier.
Yeah. Feel good.
He's
feel
so
bad,
wonderful in it.
Good.
Yeah.
Feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great in it. Everyone is so good in it. Good
Yeah.
music.
You know, sometimes all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage. Just literally 20 seconds of just embarrassing bravery. And I promise you, something great will come of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's definitely one of those. Okay. Anything you're embarrassed you haven't seen?
Yes.
Oh no.
Don't come for me. Goodwill Hunting.
I know. I'm a bad whatever.
It is violate the patient-doctor relationship.
Only if you grab my ass.
Whatever I am.
No,
I haven't educated you properly.
you're a great movie. I just, for some reason, I haven't seen.
It's not on our list. I need to add that to our list tonight. I have a running list of all these movies, like especially classics that he hasn't seen.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever we're looking for something to watch, we can go to the list and he'll pick something. So I need to add that to
Yep.
that. Yeah. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Mine, and this is going to be interesting because it's actually a movie he's seen, I think, and I haven't. The Rainmaker. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I've only seen one Grisham movie, and it was Runaway Jury, which I love, but I haven't seen any others.
Oh, you'll like this movie. You will
People
like
say
that movie.
but I've never come across Grisham
Claire
movies.
Danes and Danny DeVito.
Oh my god, I had no idea they were.
Yeah.
Oh,
John Voight.
Tom Cruise one either. I haven't seen The Client. What was the Tom Cruise one?
The Firm.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
seen
you'll
that.
like that one too.
So anyway, anything
If we ever do Gene Hackman, that might be the movie I love for Gene Hackman.
he was in Runaway Jury.
He was in The Firm too.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh, is he playing the same character?
No.
Oh. Anything you're adding to the watch list?
No.
Me neither.
Huh. Okay.
Did you have any honorable mentions?
I do. So
Okay.
these are the ones I struggled with like. Oh, well, actually, so here's the thing. The one I struggled with love, and I didn't even use it for my like, but there's reasons, is Rounders.
Oh my god, I can't believe you didn't put that in there. He makes me
know.
watch that all the time.
I know. But it's The Bourne Identity, and then I had to say The Martian. Because we watch that all the time. And
Yeah, but you love Rounders way more.
I do. But I don't watch stuff on my own.
I know.
And I'll never be able to put it on if you're around. So I'm just not going to watch.
True, I watch it.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh. Let's go watch it.
Give me my money. Anything else?
Give that to me on his money.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, so
That movie makes me very angry.
Monuments Men.
Oh, love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Rainmaker.
Okay.
Ocean's 11 and
Yeah.
13.
12 is the best one. 12 is the best one.
Okay. Ocean's 11, 12, and 13.
Okay.
And then I've only seen it once and, whatever, but it was a seminal movie, Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, yeah. That's not one you can watch very often.
I probably won't ever watch it again, but it's one of those classic movies that people, point to from 25 years ago.
Yeah. Well, if we're going to talk about stuff, let's see. Dogma, my favorite Kevin Smith
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
His appearance on Will and Grace was probably one of the best
Yeah.
ever.
Yep.
His character on 30 Rock, Carol, also classic.
Okay.
The Departed, one of my favorites of all time. I just couldn't fit it in there. And I'm a fan of Air, the Ben Affleck one that came out last year. I mean, I've watched that a couple times now, and it's good. It's a good feel good, Yeah, so that's probably, The Informant's always funny. I mean, so.
I haven't seen that. So maybe I'm adding that to my watch list.
Okay.
Retroactively.
You should be adding Good Will Hunting.
Well, it's embarrassed I haven't seen. I think that implies that.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
We only make this stuff up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it for us then.
Yep.
I think we definitely already have some movies for next week. We watched Fly Me to the Moon.
Mm-hmm.
We watched The Fabulous Four with Bette Midler, Susan Sarandon. And we've got a few more this week that we're going to be checking out. These are all movies from home. So tune in next week and we will discuss what we think about all those.
Yep.
Please, if you can, like this video, especially if you could comment. It really helps the algorithm for YouTube to try and get our channel to grow. So if you can comment on what you thought about these, what's your favorite Matt Damon performance, we would love to hear it. And subscribe if you haven't.
Yeah, we're very open to suggestion and constructive criticism.
Absolutely.
Criticism. Critum.
First criticism. Say criticism correctly.
Out critum.
Quidditch.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, you guys, for stopping by this week, and we will see you next week.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.